Hi, everyone. This is Joyce, the voice of Joyce, and it's a pleasure to be back here once again. I'm not taking anything for granted, nor should any of you. I'm self-quarantined. I think I've lost track of the weeks. I know that I'm inside now till the end of April, probably May as well. Not sure. It depends upon testing, whether or not we can all be tested, whether or not they'll be using DNA or RNA to come up with a vaccine of the coronavirus, whether or not they'll be testing for antibodies or just if we're positive. No, I know that business is not going to go back to normal. It will be a phased-in approach as all of us are tested and are deemed safe to interact with our fellow community. It looks to me that we'll be doing what they're doing in Asia. We'll be social distancing, we'll be wearing gloves, and we'll be wearing a mask. This will be the new normal. As Fauci says, if there's a restaurant that seats 100, we're going to be one of 50, because the density must be not taken for granted. We can't afford to shake hands or hug each other until we know that the virus has cleared. And it's a really very interesting virus. It's one of 2,800, just a little bit different from the coronavirus that we're being infected with today. It knows that our globe is polluted, and it is carried on the droplets of speech, of coughing, and on pollution. Unfortunately, our most vulnerable populations have been decimated. The African American community has been decimated more than any other. And that is a crime. It is a crime because we have failed in preventive medicine, in taking care of those underlying systemic diseases that poor people and African Americans are prone to. Will we go back to a new normal? I certainly hope so. That's the only responsible way for us to be. Caring about ourselves, making sure that we get up in the morning, and if we have medication to take, we take our medication. And we should have extra money dedicated to research and development on new viruses or microbes that may infect us. This virus knows that our world has been polluted, and it's going right for your lungs. So, if you smoke or you still smoke, now's the time to use whatever willpower and apps you have to stop the habit. It's not a time to put anything foreign into your lungs. That's the science side. Will we have a bright future? I think absolutely. If we understand that we, each one of us, is connected, and we're part of a large global community. I'm not worried about the economics. I am worried about the people who've lost their jobs and are not being paid, because that bailout is supposed to pay folks who have lost their jobs, whether or not they're documented or undocumented. It is the employer's responsibility to pay people's wages. I'm paying wages today. I don't earn anything. I'm retired, but I have an obligation to my housekeeper, who's no longer employed, and to the person who did the YouTubes for me. It's the right thing to do. When I was in business, I also paid labor. I paid to maintain good labor at all times, whether or not I had enough work to support them. That's what being responsible means. It means that you plan ahead and you plan for the future. Just in time may be good for some businesses, but without planning, your business doesn't work and you can't move forward. We need a Goldilocks government, one that is prepared for emergencies, that stockpiles necessary protective equipment, and a government that we can go to do what's right for the American people, all the American people, all 330,000. It's said that Teddy Roosevelt was neutral when it came to the ultra-wealthy and the poor, because he felt justice was supposed to be everyone gets their fair share. I have said equal opportunity for all, and I believe that with all my heart. It's not right that we have cracks in our supply chain and we have food deserts. That can all be corrected. At least now we know what's staring us in the face. We don't have to have diseases of despair. We had them before the pandemic. Now the cracks have widened. And everyone knows that if you're going to give a stimulus package to people, well, you got to outline all the steps that are necessary so the SBA, the Small Business Association, and the banks can respond effectively and not make their own rules. They've got to be able to give money to the people and ramp up for it. Just like there was a pandemic handbook, there's got to be a handbook for how that money is dispensed in a timely manner. And there should be a handbook for how we feed all our people in a timely manner. Why should farm to table just be for areas where you can go to a farm stand? Start advertising on social media. You never know who wants your produce, and you can do it from home or your ranch or wherever. But there's a lot of opportunity out there as people are in need of services and food. We're all cooking at home lately, so we all need produce. I know I felt that I really had a need for green vegetables, and it's come in handy. So I'm not going out. Somebody is shopping for me, which makes my life easier. And in turn, I'm going to be donating to different charities by helping this woman help me. I'm using invisible hands. There are lots of opportunities out there to help others and contribute to any food insufficiencies people may have. So are we going back to normal? My guess is no way, nor do we want it. I want to see absentee ballots for everyone. Paper ballots that are confirmed, just like they can confirm my purchases and give me a printout of what and who I voted for. Shouldn't be difficult. I'd do it 6 weeks in advance, and I'd make sure that that mailer was to everyone, because we don't know what lies ahead, but we might as well be prepared. This is the best way to go, no matter what. I've always felt that way. It means that it gives everyone a voice in government. People have asked me, who do I prefer? I know one thing for sure. I want a seat at that table. I want to know what's going on, and I want to make sure that we have a clean slate for labor going forward. So who's the next presidential nominee? Not sure. I know one thing. It can't be Trump, because we don't want divisions in our country. We want clear-cut understanding of our responsibilities and what lies ahead. And we want to be prepared for whatever comes next. I look at pandemics or any catastrophe as an opportunity to do better. I'm actually, even though hair is so important to all of us, this is me, totally natural, and I'm going to be experimenting from now on to see what I'm going to look like in the future. So don't despair. It is unfortunate that this has happened, but we'll get through it just like we've gotten through everything else. My heart goes out to everyone who has suffered losses, everyone who has lost a loved one. This is not a good time to be despairing, though. We have to be taking care of ourselves. And we have to, by taking care of ourselves, know that we are being responsible and taking care of others. It's patriotic. We have to move forward, and we have to act. And we have to act in a way that we bring a new world to people that's better than the one before the pandemic hit our planet. So thank you very much, and thank you for letting me into your homes, and God bless everyone. Have a really good day. Do what makes you happy now. Take care of yourself and the people that you can still be with in isolation. It's all that really counts. Bye now.